All right, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, what is this? We're going to do a blue quest today. I was going to continue on with the main story, but Tor's First here has a quest. Gods of Eld. Gods of Eld, 5,000, so it's probably a dungeon. Torsen has a message for you from a mysterious stranger. Ah, my lord Tickman. During your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect of he wishes to speak with you and will await you at the Rising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige a stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gods of Eld. Why is it red? 60 Gods of Eld. Let's go check it out and see why it's... Huh. So we'll find out here in a second. We may have to scrap this episode. Oh, probably because we're not in a machinist. Oh, we got a blue one here too. From Knowledge, Alice. We got stuff everywhere. Let's enter them Rising Stones. Yeah, I was in something that wasn't level 60 yet. That's why it was red. Hello? Anybody here? I guess we'll just wait. Around for people. My thanks for coming. What's this? Nakahale is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of beings known as Iclons. You are aware of the threat, you say? Ah, but I speak not of the Primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon and the beings to which it refers precedes the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is my name by which the Alleghanies call godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient ally have simply availed themselves to. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Who's this? Who's this? Oh, it's you. Ah, Erangel, how kind of you to join us. As a warrior of the light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The Elcons of Eld, in the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Garlean Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Alec, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture. As you well know, the Alleghanians also learned how to harness the Elcon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Aetherochemical Research Facility on Athalia, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed three of the beings. The Warring Triad. It was first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Azalea. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the Elkons were severely damaged. Doubt not but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. We're simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the warring triad to be released into the world, unmanageable destruction would ensure. Take heart, there's hope still. Swift action may prevent their awakening and see them released. Alright, your ranger is not talking right. He used to talk crazy, where I couldn't even understand what he was saying. But now he's talking straight, so something ain't right with him. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be contented with the old. Used to be like yar, far, lady. Two savage gods are returned, a fear summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strange, far surpassing the previous incarnations, and at a strength far surpassing. Speak of the Primals, Ravina, and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the warring triad. This will serve to feed the confluences of chaos and hasten the Elkon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the Primals. There we go. Now we start to talk better. Here we turn our attention to those Elkons and their fitful slumber. I shall return to the walking sands forthwith. Consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the Primals. Young Eorzea shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy, for the time being at least. And that's it. Gods availed. Quest complete. Alright, come back tomorrow. I think he's going to send us on our way. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Got a book here. The Warring Triad. The Warring Triad, The Awakening. The Warring Triad is a collective term for three immensely powerful Elkons that were brought into existence during the twilight of the third astral era. Summoned by the native tribes of Eorzea, these entities were set against the encroaching forces of the Garlean Empire. Strength of the power was determined by the fervent prayers of its faithful. As the Eorzeans prayed, prayers called for saviors with the power to throw back an imperial invasion. The resulting incarnations were force imbued with incalculable might. That the Garleans were capable of conquering such godlike beings well illustrated the incredible heights to which their technology had ascended. The implacable empire subdued and imprisoned the warring triad, shackled them to machinery that sustained the Elkons, while at the same time leeching away their infinite energies. For 5 millennia did the warring triad languish thus in screaming servitude, their slumber undisturbed until Archbishop Thorin VII of Ishgard's rattled the bars of their cage. So that's their power source. I was asking about that. They've been harnessing the energies of the triads, keeping that floating city afloat. Now we know. The Archbishop had come to him as Eorzea, seeking to absorb the free power and make of himself a god without rival. It was fortunate then that the word of light and his companions thwarted Thorin before he realized his tyrannical ambitions, but the victory was not without consequence. The violence of the battle cracked, and the seals that kept the triad in torpor and the Elkons had begun to stir. First, the Garlean Empire in their heavy-handed efforts to plunder the secrets of Eorzea threatened to drag them into full wakefulness. These terrible entities must be destroyed before they arise in all their cataclysmic splendor. There we go. And I think that's where we're ended today. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk to the little boy here and get the next part of the story. Maybe go primal hunting. Until then, y'all take care.